Hello, this is Lacquerography, and this is my wish list for September 2025's polish pickup. The theme this month is PPUWeen, all things Halloween. I've already gone ahead and made a preliminary first impressions wish list, and right now I have 18 items in that wish list. That's actually not too bad for me, I don't think, considering I love all things fall, and Halloween polishes are some of the most creative of the year. So let's dive right in and take a look at the 18 items that are catching my eye this month. I'm going in reverse alphabetical order this month. So the first one on my wish list is by Tyler's Trinkets, and this one is called Ghosts Need Candy 2. Inspired by a ghost-eating Halloween candy. This polish has a white pearl base with holographic hex glitters in orange, lime green, and purple, large particle aurora in fuchsia, pink, gold, green, and orange, gold, green shifts, and green glow-in-the-dark pigment. There is a cap on this pre-order polish. Scrolling down here, it does say that, I believe that number indicates the cap here, that 500 of these are being made available this month. So when these items have a cap, what that means is that the makers are committing to creating that many polishes or items. In this case, Tyler's Trinkets is committing to making 500 of these polishes before they're considered sold out. Now, I'm so impressed by this one. This is actually one of my many top picks this month. I am in love with this one. I do enjoy white glitter crellies and things like that, but this is quite different. Like, this pearlized white base is, for me, something quite extraordinary. I really love that effect here. And even more than that, the quality and color of these glitters within it are really quite magical. I think it's such a light and whimsical Halloween polish, but I could see myself wearing this at other times in the year. I actually see this as something I could wear in the springtime, even in the winter, like when the first snowfall hits. There's so much, I think, versatility to this Halloween polish. I'm really impressed. And that overall look is something completely different. I have to also give a shout out to the bottom right hand swatch photo here with the nail art, with the ghost stamps in this collage. That bottom right hand swatch photo, I am adoring the effect of this polish through the black stamping polish and how it makes these ghosts shine and sparkle. And I guess really this is a glow in the dark polish as well. Glow. This one is really fascinating to me. I've never seen anything quite like it. I definitely have nothing like it in my collection. This is an incredibly strong start for me this month. This really fun glow-in-the-dark glitter polish is by Tyler's Trinkets, Ghosts Need Candy 2. This next one up is by Sassy Sauce Polish, and this one is called Lizard Lips. This one is described as having a mossy green base with a pink, copper, golden, green shimmer and blue-black multi-chrome flakes. The inspiration for this one is a photo of Roz from Monsters, Inc. And I actually haven't seen that, and I think I should. It sounds pretty neat. I've heard great things. There is also a cap for this polish, and the cap is listed as 500. So Sassy Sauce Polish is committing to creating 500 of these polishes before it's considered sold out. This is another one that looks completely unique to me. I have nothing like this one in my collection either. Now, I'm maybe not quite as enamored with this one in terms of its versatility and all that stuff for my collection as perhaps the previous one. So I'll have to see if this one ends up making the final cut. But there is something so cool about this base color. I love greens, and it's got this yellow aspect to it too that just makes me happy looking at it. It's kind of a pruggly. It's also just kind of beautiful and sunny and bright, also murky. I mean, this is so many different things. It is so unique and different, and a lot happening in here. I'm also loving the flash of that shimmer that runs through it. Pink, copper, golden, green shimmer that's running through this cool mossy green base. And those multi-chrome flakies within it, the blue-black multi-chrome flakies, are really something unique. I really love the idea of this one, and I love the artistry behind this polish as well. This interesting polish with the multi-chrome flakies is by Sassy Sauce Polish, Lizard Lips. This next one up is by Sassy Cat's Lacquer, and this one is called It's Giving Apparition Light. It's Giving Apparition Light is described as being gray with glowy pink purple shimmer. There is a cap for this one as well, with only 250 of these polishes being made available this month. That's a very small cap, but this is also a really different vibe for my wish list right now. This type of polish, this shimmer polish, where there's like a base color, often a grayed out one, with a contrasting shimmer of some sort, this is what made me fall in love with Sassy Cat's Lacquer. There's a quality about their polishes with this type of finish that's almost like sea glass. It's kind of otherworldly. There's like a perfection to it that's really unlike anything else I've ever seen out there. It seems like Sassy Cat's Lacquer has just sort of mastered this and that it's become a signature finish. There is something so ethereal, like an apparition, a ghostly look to this one that is quite haunting. And a colorway like this one, where it's gray with this glowy pink purple shimmer, I could wear a colorway like this one year round. This is such a different type of vibe from the other two very Halloween-y kind of polishes that I picked for my wish list so far. This one is delicate and ethereal. The sea glass effect is just perfection across the nails. I mean, it really gives the nails a flawless finish. And it seems like Sassy Cat's Lacquer just has mastered this way of pulling it off in these polishes, the base with the shimmer. I find it interesting in this one, it does appear quite a bit darker. I'm not sure if that has to do with perhaps more layers of polish or if there's something underneath. But most of the other swatch photos are quite light and ethereal and neutral, but just so magical. It's really interesting. I don't know that I really need this polish, but to me, this is quintessential Sassy Cat's Lacquer. I would wear a polish like this constantly for any type of occasion. It's simply flawless. And for that reason, I'm not quite sure if this one's quite up there in terms of my top picks, but it's pretty high up there. This one is gorgeous. This incredible gray with the shimmer is by Sassy Cat's Lacquer. It's Giving Apparition Light. This next one up is by Royla Lee, and it's called Wiener of the Night. Looking down at the description, it says, for PPUWeen, I drew inspiration from my very own little ween opal. This is a rich burgundy base with blue to purple shifting shimmer and scattered hollow, like moonlight on her little fangs. This may stain, so please wear a good base coat. Luckily, it does say down here, cap, none. What that means is in this case, the maker, Royla Lee, can produce as many polishes as are needed to fulfill all orders for this shop. So that's great news. I love the inspiration of this one. This polish has a little bit of a sentimental pull for me. I have a family member, an uncle, that has had decades and decades of dachshunds. And at this point right now, he is getting a little bit older. He doesn't have a pet anymore. When I take a look at the inspiration for this one, like it really pulls at my heartstrings. And I can very much picture little Opal and moonlight on little fangs. And anyway, it is so sweet and adorable. And it really is getting me. When I saw that in the description, I mean, of course, I clicked on this at first because the polish was beautiful. But when I saw the inspiration, I had to add this one to my wish list. This one might also be a top pick of mine. This color, this rich burgundy base with this wild shimmer and also the scattered hollow, it is really quite special. And I love the sheen that it has here in this swatch photo. Flipping through a few more, I'm seeing that at different angles, it looks like that burgundy aspect is really showing through beautifully. And then that shimmer on top of it moves away from that warmth of the burgundy into that blue to purple shifting shimmer with a more cool edge to it. And with that sparkle as well, I'd love to see this one sparkle in the light. This one has the potential, I think, to be a really special polish in my collection and to me, like personally, in terms of nostalgia and just what it means for some of my family members. I think this is a really cute take on PPUWeen. Really smart on Roy Lee's part to go in this direction. This beautiful burgundy with the shimmer and the hollow is by Roy Lee, Wiener of the Night. This next one up is by Psyche Minerals, and I think there's just a typo in here. This one is called Winifred's Wig. Winifred's Wig is a burnt sienna base loaded with gold reflective glitter and iridescent orange-red flakes, inspired by none other than Bette Midler's character, Winifred, from Hocus Pocus. This is an all-time favorite movie of the makers, and there are only 300 of these being made available. So this finish by Psyche Minerals, if this is the finish that I'm thinking of, where it's probably related to the polish Ghastly Smell in some way, where there's a base color, reflective glitter, as well as iridescent flakes. Now this may possibly be a sibling or a cousin, or perhaps not really directly related at all, but it certainly is the type of finish with a reflective glitter, the iridescent flakies, and a gorgeous base color that Psyche Minerals, I think, has perfected. I think it's become kind of a signature finish for them. This color is so interesting. Like, it's kind of tomatoey. It's described as being a burnt sienna base. And actually, now that I think of it, I can kind of picture Bette Midler's character from Hocus Pocus. That's a movie I desperately need to see again this holiday season. I've only seen it once and I haven't seen the sequel. And I remember really liking the movie Hocus Pocus. In fact, actually, my sister of all things, it was one of her favorite fall Halloween movies when we were growing up. And I don't know why I never really watched it any more than the once that I did. I don't know. It was kind of an odd thing. I guess generally I'm not as much of a movie person in my family as some are. I probably just didn't have the attention span to sit and enjoy it. But I remember really liking it at the time. And this is just it's a happy color. Like, yes, it's a Halloween inspired color inspired by Winifred's wig, but it also has such a bright happiness about it. To me, colors like this are also ones that I'm really drawn to throughout the summer, but for some reason, like especially in August too. In August, I tend to be drawn to tomato reds quite a bit. Tomatoes are very abundant in August in my part of the world, in Ontario, Canada. And I don't know, there's something about this color just coming out of August. I'm at the beginning of September now, September 2nd. It's a color that I enjoy so much. And I know that this is a finish from Psyche Minerals that I love as well. This one is by Psyche Minerals, Winifred's Wig. This next one up is by Pie Colors, and this one is called Blood Dew. This one is described as being a black polish base filled with holographic silver glitters and multi-sized hollow red glitters. It has a red to gold color shift, and it's inspired by cold blood dew from the game Bloodborne. There are only 250 of these being made available. Now, I really have no context for the inspiration. I'm not familiar with the game, but this polish is really unique. Again, I love the deep, moody base color, this black polish base, and then the sparkle of these glitters. To me, it's quite a vampy polish, but like a glam glitzy vampy. It is really quite cool and completely original to anything I've ever seen or anything I have in my collection. I find that the variety here, the depth that it gives, the texture, the visual texture, I guess, that this gives with the different sizes of glitter, both the silver holographic glitters as well as the multi-sized holographic red glitters. Like, it really does add such an unique interest to this polish. It gives it kind of a pooling depth in a really interesting and different way. There's such an elegance to this one, and I don't know, there is something about this one that is just pulling me in. This one might also be another top pick of mine. I can see this as such an elegant, vampy fall winter manicure to wear, even for special occasions. I tend to go to the ballet a lot. Such a fun, edgy, elegant look. I don't know, I just can't get this one out of my mind. This sparkly polish on a black base is by Pie Colors Blood Dew. This next one up is by Penelope Lutz, and this one is called Vampire's Blood. This one is inspired by the bloodlust of vampires. Dark red magnetic, which turns into a deep blood red when you add a top coat. There are 700 of these being made available. Now the look of this polish just looks utterly magical to me. This one and the one previous to that, and actually I think there's another one coming up as well, inspired by blood, but what completely different takes. I'm actually left kind of speechless looking at the quality of this polish. It looks so rich and dimensional and velvety here in the two photos on the right. I mean, it's so interesting, that rich, vibrant red in the upper right, and that kind of maroon wine-colored red in the bottom right. Both equally beautiful, but so different from one another. It's described here, I kind of love actually how swatchers sometimes label what they've done here, so it gives you a little bit more information. Taking a look at the bottom images in this collage, on the left it says that the one finger is with top coat. I think that's probably an index finger, hard to say though. And then the other one on the right is without top coat. So interesting that it's the top coat that can bring out these differences. I don't know that I've necessarily really experienced that with my own magnetics. Makes me want to play around with my own collection a little bit more. Also then on the bottom right, it's saying that this brilliant red, like a more almost magenta type red, I guess, is what my eye is seeing anyway. This is in sunlight, so a really different look, a different effect. The depth of this is just mind-blowing to me. I'm also really liking how this one seems to look. I'm guessing it's both in the cat eye style, where you see that slightly more like silvery stripe or paler stripe through the polish, and also in the velvetized style, the velvet treatment with the magnetic style. It's beautiful that way too. I really can't pick a favorite for this one. The depth and variety here really seems quite magical. Now, the thing that, I desperately want this polish. I really do. It's stunningly gorgeous, and I think it would be a top pick of mine. But the thing that's really holding me back here is I do know that Penelope Lutz is a Brazilian brand, and I do have to watch my budget quite a bit. This is a $13.50 polish for only 10 milliliters. It's a very small bottle that's very typical for Brazilian makers. But their polishes, and in this case, this polish, this is extraordinary. I've really seen nothing like it. And I can't let this one go yet. I realize logic tells me I should take this one off my wish list budget-wise, but this one is really gorgeous. It's stunning. This incredible red is by Penelope Lutz, Vampire's Blood. This next one up is by Night Owl Lacquer, and this one is called Halloween Vibes. This is a dark orange-based multi-chrome that shifts violet, fuchsia, orange, yellow, green. There is luckily no availability cap for this one. I seem to have some that are leaning towards these blood red, purpley range, but I guess that's pretty common in the fall and also for these Halloween themed collaborations. This one is so interesting. Violet, fuchsia, orange, yellow, green. In these swatch photos, I'm seeing actually most of those shifts. For sure, I'm seeing violet, fuchsia, orange, and a little bit of yellow. I don't know if I'm quite seeing the green shift in the swatch photos. I'll keep looking through, but do I even care? This polish, the shifts are magical. This is another one where there's something magical. I don't know what else to say about the finish of this one. It looks rather flawless. This multi-chrome shift is wonderful in this one. There also seems to be a little bit of a murkiness. I've always loved this combination of fuchsia and orange. It's been an old favorite of mine for decades. When I was younger, I had this incredible hand knit looking cardigan, kind of a bulky thing, not hand knit, but it had that look to it, really bulky, hand knit looking. And it had this fuchsia edging around the edges of the cardigan. Kind of like how sometimes like a Chanel jacket, a cropped Chanel jacket has like that edging around on a tweed Chanel jacket. Like it was that kind of effect. It was this orange tweed knitted cropped cardigan and it had this like fuchsia edging. And anytime I see combinations like this one, it just like, it's nostalgic love for me. I adore this color combination. This is one where I'm really encouraged by the fact that it looks so beautiful on really every skin tone that I'm seeing. The shifts, whether I see that green or not, I mean, maybe even on the pinky finger here, it may be just the edge of like chartreuse showing up there on the swatcher's pinky finger, but you know, it doesn't even matter to me. This polish, I mean, it's again a nostalgic love of mine, this color combination. I know I love it. I don't know what else to say. I know I love this color combination and I know I'd adore this polish as well. This really beautiful multi-chrome polish is by Night Owl Lacquer Halloween Vibes. This next one up is by Monarch Lacquer and this one is called Pumpkin Smash. Pumpkin Smash features a vibrant neon orange base accented by an assortment of black glitter in multiple shapes, completed with a subtle violet blue Aurora shimmer for a distinctive finish. The black and orange contrast make this the perfect polish for those looking to get their nails festive for the Halloween season. For those following along, this is the 6th polish done in this finish. Those preceding this polish include Truth or Dare, which was a very popular pink that was released and then re-released for a polish pickup rewind recently, as well as Spin the Bottle, Freeze Dance, Scavenger Hunt, and Obsidian Tide. This is the first orange neon offering done in this finish. It does say though that please note neon polishes do fade over time. We recommend storing in a cool dark area away from extreme temperatures and harsh lighting to extend vibrancy. So that's an interesting consideration for me. There is luckily no listed availability cap here in this description. So I will have to watch out for that, but that's a great sign for me. I'm going to go right ahead and say this is one of my top picks this month. This one, when I saw it, was an immediate, no flinching add to wish list. First of all, orange. I love orange, but yeah, I mean, it's Halloween month. There are a lot of oranges being offered. The big kicker for me was this really interesting shimmer running through it. It's described as being a subtle violet blue Aurora shimmer. And there's just something about the way this shows up. Now I realize when I look at all these swatch photos, that shimmer I think shows up some of the time, not all of the time. In the bottom 2 photos here in this collage, I think that shimmer looks quite vibrant. In the upper 2 photos in this collage, I would say that the predominant visual interest going on here is of course that base color, that neon orange base, but also the black glitters. Really looking up close, you see the variety of those glitters. You can see that shimmer again. You know, I'd be okay if that shimmer did kind of fall in the background a little bit and didn't play out as the main player in this overall look. But any level of shimmer that I would get from this one would be incredibly welcome for me. There's something about that color combination that is just quintessentially Halloween. I always kind of swore that I wouldn't buy anything that's too limited for just one holiday or another. And I mean, this one is clearly a Halloween polish. I would be pretty hard pressed to wear this for any other time of year other than perhaps, summer, bright summer. But there is such a Halloween-y orange and black feature to this one that's kind of undeniable. But I just love this one. It is so creative. It's very unique. It's fun. It's vibrant. I do have to think about the fact that neon polishes do fade over time. That is true. That's true to most in my collection as well. I do need to love them and wear them more often. And I might be hard pressed to do that with this one. But for its uniqueness, its brilliance, that shimmer, I still can't get over that shimmer. I adore this one. This is a top pick of mine. Here it is shown under studio lighting and in natural light. It looks good always. And for anybody who's been collecting them all, here they are. Here they all are. Or I guess most of them anyway. It looks like Obsidian Tide might be missing from this one. What a great family shot of this finish. It's quite remarkable. What a great creation by Monarch Lacquer. This phenomenal neon orange is by Monarch Lacquer Pumpkin Smash. This next one up is by Lurid Lacquer, and this one is called By the Glow of the Pumpkins. This one is described as being a pale orange base packed with linear holographic pigment and aurora shimmer that shifts from orange to gold. Now, reading the description here from the maker, it's inspired by the maker's mom. It says, inspired by my mom, who made Halloween magical for my siblings and I when we were little. I made the polish to evoke not only the warm glow of candlelight inside a jack-o'-lantern, but also the warmth of her love. And there is a cap of only 700 of these. And reading that description, it does make me choked up. I mean, that is such a memory of mine growing up. My mom painstakingly made Halloween costumes year after year for my sister and I. And being Canadian, we had to either wear a snowsuit on top of her costume, but my mom, she made these homemade costumes where we would always be able to fit our full snowsuit, snow pants, and snow jacket as well underneath this homemade, big, bulky Halloween costume. My mom was quite remarkable in the effort that she put in for us, much like the maker's mom as well. It's just, I mean, thinking back on it, I'm like, wow, it's something I very much took for granted and I know my sister and I both did when we were young. And wow, am I ever regretting that now? I've got to make sure that I tell my mom thank you the next time I talk to her and see her. But back to this polish. I mean, this one already had me add it to my wish list because it got me in my heartstrings. The linear holographic pigment, the rainbows that I'm seeing here, is unbelievable through these swatch photos. I mean, so often swatch photos, I mean, yes, they do a good job of picking it up, but the great job of seeing those rainbows is always done in person. And the fact that you can see so many rainbows off these swatchers' nails through these swatch photos is just nothing short of remarkable. The color itself, though, is quite a neutral type pale orange base. I could wear this any time of the year, any type of occasion, but there's that linear holographic pigment and aurora shimmer shifting from orange to gold, like so special. Like I could wear this polish all seasons, all occasions. It could be a really great special occasion polish as well. This one is quickly becoming another top pick of mine. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do this month. Being a Canadian, I have to just interject here. I have been hit with tariffs for my last few months of purchases through Polish Pickup. And it really is a significant amount that I've been hit with. I mean, I really have to think month upon month, am I actually going to make these purchases this month? And I just can't get over the artistry of these makers. I want to continue to support them and their brilliance through my purchases. And I want to own these brilliant works of art for my nails. I know it sounds like kind of a superficial thing, but it's like, you know, by not purchasing, it's also the makers who lose by not having those purchases made. And I value small makers. I value independent makers. I don't know. I really shouldn't be buying a polish like this one just because it is a neutral. And yes, it's very special. But I can't get over just how perfect this one is for my lifestyle in terms of the inspiration. It just gets me. This is another one that it gets me. Just like that Royla Lee polish and being inspired by like her dachshund. And anyway, this one is really quite special and another top contender for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. This incredible pale orange holographic polish is by Lurid Lacquer by the Glow of the Pumpkins. This next one up is by KB Shimmer, and this one is called Ghosted Nail Polish. This one has a lengthy description, so bear with me. It says, you know the feeling, the chill down your spine, the hair on your arms standing up as you slowly turn around to look, but no one is there. Could it be a hitchhiking ghost? A wandering spirit we were warned might try to escape as we left, or worse, keep someone with it? All I know is there may be room for one more, but it's not going to be me. Ghosted is a white Crelly nail polish with ethereal flakes that give the base a pale gray appearance, almost mirror-like. The flakes shimmer in shades of silver, mint, aqua, pink, lavender, and blue. Layer in 2 coats for a squishy ghost-like look, or go for 3 coats for full coverage. Follow with a glitter smoother and a quick dry top coat for a glass-like finish. And luckily there's no availability cap here for this one. Such a different vibe for this polish here on my wish list as well. There was one previous kind of whitish based polish, the Tyler's Trinkets one that I mentioned at the very start of my wish list. But this one is different again. I agree with them here. It's got a little bit of that grade aspect to it, which kind of grounds it a little bit. It's not as stark white, and I appreciate that. A little bit of an off-white effect. In this case, that pale gray, that works for me. This one I could see being a beautiful one for Halloween, like unexpected. It is ghostly. Also in the winter, I'm in an area in Ontario, Canada, we do get a significant amount of snow during the winter months. Also, this one is quite a fresh spring or summer type polish as well. This one very much is nearly a 4-season polish for me. It really is unexpected, I think, and beautiful. I honestly can't think of anything else I've ever seen that resembles this one. This month is just incredibly excellent for the uniqueness, the artistry that the makers are showcasing here. I love this one as well. I really don't know what I'm going to do. You can probably hear the pain in my voice. I'm loving them all. This really interesting off-white, slightly grayed polish is by KB Shimmer Ghosted Nail Polish. This next one up is by Haunted Polish, and this one is called Coven. Moonlight spills through the rose window, casting its petals across cold stone. In the cathedral's shadows, eternity waits. Coven is a red-toned black, dark as night, illuminated with red shimmer that glows like moonlight caught in a rose window's fractured glass. There is luckily no listed availability cap for this one. Now, I have to say, I was watching a few swatchers videos here on YouTube, and in particular, if memory serves me correctly, I believe it was the Polish Mage. I'll add a link to her channel down below. She swatched this one, and I believe it was her, I'm absolutely sure it was her, said that it was pretty much a one-coater, this polish. That's pretty astounding. I always thought that this one was quite beautiful, and when I saw that swatch video, I thought, oh, okay, this one is really something special. This is another one that has kind of that blood red look, like it's vampy and elegant and just so moody. Like really this is vampy and Halloween. I love this one again. I don't know what else to say. Reds for me, or in this case, like red tone blacks, are quite a new addition to my collection. I really don't own that many of them. And I can tell you that I don't own any that would be a one-coater or near one-coater. I think that in itself would make this one quite a standout in my collection. I just can't get over the moodiness, the elegance to this polish. It's just everything, really. And not just as a Halloween polish either. I could see myself pulling a moody polish like this one, an elegant polish like this one, anytime during the year. I'm loving that fleck here of the red shimmer that's glowing through this one. It is blackened for sure, but you can't deny that special shimmer running through it. What a close-up there. This incredible red tone black is by Haunted Polish, Coven. This next one up is by Emily Tamali, and this one is called Creature of Habit. This one is inspired by a spooky image, and the description is that this one has a caramel brown base with a green to red shifting multichrome pigment and gold flakes. It does list here that this one is opaque in 2 to 3 coats depending on your application. Top coat recommended for a glossy finish. And it does add here that this color comes with their new fan brush. And there is a cap for this one of only 320 being made available. This is another one that has just such a unique look. It's got all those fall vibes, Halloween-y vibes. It does have an elegance. And actually, even the fact that this one is a green to red shifting multichrome, I mean, this might be a weird thought here, but it does look a little bit like a moody holiday polish too, in terms of like Christmas or something like that, especially with those like gold flakes added. To me, it's very fall, very Halloween, possibly very Christmas, but also just very unique and elegant. Another one that's just very vampy, but so highly artistic. This is another one I've never seen anything remotely like this polish. Just that shift, and then the elegance and opulence of those gold flakes within it too. Just utterly beautiful. I mean, this is one that at first I thought, okay, well, I'm going to add it to my wish list. And the more I think about this one, it's just rising higher and higher on my wish list. And I think this one is another top pick of mine. Like, this is crazy this month, but I can't get over it. This one is just beautiful. I'm also intrigued by the fact that this one has a caramel brown base and then this wild shift on top of it, and the elegance, the opulence, the richness of those gold flakes. This amazing shifting multichrome with the gold flakes is by Emily Damali, Creature of Habit. This next one up is by Chameleon Nails, Glimpse of the Beyond. Step into a mystical, eerie world inspired by a haunted graveyard under a glowing full moon. This thermochromatic polish transforms magically, shifting from a deep pine green in the cold to an almost colorless sheer white as it warms, with a subtle turquoise hue emerging during the transition. Infused with black flakes, a blend of glowing iridescent flakes in green, orange, and pink, and a hint of silver reflective glitter that catches the light with a subtle sparkle, a soft pink shimmer completes the enchanted effect. It says, immerse yourself in the mystical beauty of the night and let the dark magic of this shade captivate you. This one has a cap of 350. Oh, no, this one. Thermal polishes, I realize that they have a shelf life. I realize that they have a limited lifespan before they stop transitioning. I realize, though, that some can last quite a long time. Now, for a polish like this one, I look at it and think, well, if eventually this one gets stuck, would I love it in either state? It will get stuck at some point. You can't necessarily predict what state it might get stuck in. And I look at this, the contrast of that white to colorless, that sheer white with those flakies. I mean, it's magical. And then I look at that, it's called like a subtle turquoise hue with the transition, or pine green. I mean, it's all gorgeous. The quality of those flakes and the components in there. And also, in addition to that, this one, it's also listed as having a hint of silver reflective glitter that catches the light. Like, I love reflective glitter. I am completely 1000% on team reflective glitter. It gives polishes a sparkle, a depth, a twinkle, really like no other in any kind of lighting, not just under flash photography or whatever. I completely disagree with that claim. I think it looks magical no matter what kind of lighting it's in. That added with the thermochromatic effect going on here and those flakies, there's so much happening in here, yet there's somehow a lightness to it. This is another one really high up on my wish list this month. This beautiful, flaky, and reflective thermal polish is by Chameleon Nails, Glimpse of the Beyond. This next one up is by Cameo Colors Lacquers, Blood Curdling Scream. This one is inspired by the blood-curdling scream in many horror movies. It is described as being a vampy, deep blood red jelly with a slight red-green shimmer, full of red, gold, green flakes, and silver hollow microflakes. And this one has a cap of only 250. So another one of these like blood red type polishes. I can't get them all, but red is truly a new love of mine. I've only really been getting most of my red polishes really just within the last 2 years or so. And in terms of colors that I have within my collection, I would say at this point probably the least that I have is actually reds. But it's also maybe the most rapidly growing aspect of my collection too, because I'm now in love with red, just like I am in love with every other color. I love the inspiration for this one, the idea of blood-curdling scream and interpreting that in a visual. Really cool inspiration. Like kudos to Cameo Colors Lacquers for that. I love it. I'm really in love with this one though in its glossy state with a glossy top coat. This is really something. The depth that's offered here with that jelly base and then all the components within it, I love how it's all like suspended through there. It is a beautiful overall effect, and that rich, really, truly blood red looking base color is kind of bang on. This is another one that's just vampy and interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do about my selection of all these different vampy reds. They are all special and unique. And actually here, it's almost reminding me of fall leaves, like red and deep burnt orange fall leaves. Like this one does have a little bit of versatility to it that way as well, like a fall, a Halloween polish. And that depth, the quality of the shimmer, the flakies, and the hollow microflakes as well. There really is quite a lot happening in here, and I'm here for it. I feel like Cameo Colors Lacquers is rather underrated. The ones that I have from them are truly jaw-dropping. And I think that this one, seeing it in real life, would be very much the same. This incredible deep red is by Cameo Colors Lacquers Blood Curdling Scream. This next one up is by Cadillacquer, and I'm not really sure how to pronounce this. I'm guessing it's Hella or Hella. Anyway, please correct me if I'm wrong. This one is inspired by the game Dead Island 2. This one is described as being a green magnetic and a deep teal base with orange-red iridescent flakes and shimmer. And this one has a cap of only 600. I can tell you right now that this is the very first polish that I fell in love with when I saw it, and it was an immediate add to wish list and a must buy for me. This one is probably my very top pick this month. I love this one. I am a green lover. This one is all the green I need. And this magnetic effect, these flakies, there is some kind of magic happening here. One of my loves, like from the time I was in grade 3, I can actually remember exactly why I fell in love with this kind of like emerald green color. And I'm seeing that through here. It is so vibrant and beautiful. I'm especially loving this one though in the cat eye style. Yes, it's beautiful. You really get that bright green effect with the velvet effect that I'm seeing on the two outer fingers here, the pinky and the index finger. But I find for me, I'm passionate about this polish in the cat eye magnetic effect. How you have that stripe coming through and then it really separates out the warmth somehow of those flakies from that brilliant magnetic stripe. I love it. I mean, this is a polish that I could see myself really playing around with, though. I could see myself trying to wear it in all its different states just to see what I like best, and just that chameleon effect of having one polish that can have so many different looks depending on how you magnetize it. But that cat eye effect, like I fell in love with it immediately, and this one is my top pick this month. It hasn't wavered since the moment I saw it. This one is by Cadillacquer, Hella. This next one up is by Beau Rev Lacquer, and this one's called Double Double Toil and Trouble. This one is inspired by a bubbling witch's cauldron, and the description that goes along with it is that this is a blackened teal base with strong violet purple shimmer and hollow sparkle. This is another one with an emotional pull for me. This witch's scene from Macbeth of double, double toil and trouble has been a part of my life since I was quite young. I think I was in like grade 3 or 4 when, my mom first introduced me to it. Shakespeare became a big love of mine, actually. I never did study like in university or anything like that, like English literature or like Shakespeare, but I did it a lot in elementary and high school, a little bit in university as well. I was in science, so I didn't really do it, but like a lot in elementary school, also in drama class. Like we did all kinds of Shakespearean scenes in elementary school, like grades 7 and 8. This one brings back so many memories. I love the look of this one too. That twinkle in there with that murky, moody base. Like I can see Cauldron in this one. It's moody, it is vampy. It's a little bit night sky too, which is kind of cool, which I think gives it a lot of versatility. I just love this one too. So many. I'm actually really surprised that in this Halloween theme month, there are so many polishes that have that pulling at the heartstrings effect for me, but there really are quite a few this month. This one is another really high top contender. This one is by Beau Rêve Lacquer, Double Double Toil and Trouble. Last but not least on my wish list this month is Alchemy Lacquer's Poison Garden. Poison Garden is a blackened blue-green jelly nail lacquer with stunning and contrasting bright pink to orange to gold to green at the edges, shifting shimmer. Poison Garden was inspired by the Alnwick Gardens in England, and there's only 300 available. I've got to look up that location. I'm completely unfamiliar, and I've been to England a few times. Anyway, that's an aside. This polish and these shifts, I love how it says, oh my gosh, the spectrum in here. So the black and blue-green base, it's a jelly. So it's kind of a cool base. But the wild warm shimmer here, this is a wild shimmer. This one is really flooring me. So it's described as being a bright pink to orange to gold to green at the edges. I seem to be seeing all of that in here. What a wide spectrum shift happening. And it looks really quite brilliant from these swatch photos as well. Here it looks sort of cool and purple. And you really do see that black and blue-green base, especially in the upper swatch photos here. So cool, kind of grayed out, really moody, shifty. This is fascinating to me. And here, this one's quite purple and orange. And here it looks quite pink and purple. Such a chameleon of a polish. This one is an interesting one. This one I think looks really quite similar to the Night Owl Lacquer, I think, for me. I'm probably, if I go with either of them, I could probably only pick one. I don't know, this one might be sneaking ahead for me. The range of color spectrum within this, the range of hues is really blowing my mind here. This shifty polish is by Alchemy Lacquer's Poison Garden. So that's it for my 18 item wish list this month. Now, as I mentioned, I'm a Canadian. I really have to watch my purchasing. I have decided I'm going to purchase this month, but I've got to keep my count low. I really got hit by tariffs over these last few months. I can't deny it hurts. Anyway, I have to keep my picks low. I can tell you for sure I'm picking up that Cadillacer. I'll have to make some really tough, tight cuts from 18 down to much, much less than that. My wish list is going to have to go down probably to less than half for sure. So I'm wondering, are you planning on shopping this month? If you are, which items are catching your eye? Also, please help me out with my wish list. Definitely, I can't get them all. I've got to make a lot of cuts. Please share all your thoughts with me and we can continue on the conversation long after. If you enjoy polish pickup content or wish listing content like this, please consider giving this video a like. By giving it a like, it indicates to me that I'm doing a good job. And in the months ahead, I'll try my best to produce content similar to this as often as I can. As well, if you enjoy nail-related content in general, please consider subscribing. I release nail-related content as often as I can, and by subscribing, you won't miss out on any of the fun. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Halloween and happy shopping. Hopefully I'll see you again in the next one. Take care. Bye.